Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Friday. Nope, it's Thursday. Dang it. Son of a bitch. I gotta go. I'm just kidding. What's everybody up to today? How you guys doing? Let's figure out what's going on here. It looks like number go down. Number go down. And that is post-government, what do you call it? A restart? Initiation? Gourmet Brands Brooklyn said, this market is really testing my patience. I was talking about it more towards the beginning of the year. And then, things got a little exciting for a minute. But I'm still, unfortunately, on the 2026 track. And it sucks. And it does feel like moving the goalposts. But if it's not 2026, then it's probably not going to happen. That's just where I'm at. And that's based on the business cycle. That's based on this card from, 1875? Who knows? That's based on the fact that we haven't experienced euphoria. That's based on fear and greed being at 22 on CoinMarketCap. 16 extreme fear on the traditional fear and greed index. People are scared right now. People are tweaking. People are freaking out. So, I'm right there with you. Market is also testing my patience. I'm not a patient person. I've gotten to the pessimistic point where I'm just like, F it. What am I going to do with the money? Nothing. I'm going to try and put it somewhere else that's going to do just as bad. So I might as well leave it here and then build that other bag from zero, whatever I was going to put this money into. And then at least I'm diversifying. And regardless of whether or not this thing works out, I'm going to keep hustling, keep building, keep saving, keep being financially literate. That's the important thing. You got to keep on keeping on. As gay as it sounds. Everybody's a little bit gay. Anyways, Bitcoin 98, 805, and 90 cents. Let's go refresh our liquidation heat map and see where we're at. Getting a little spicy out there, guys. Getting a little spicy. A little bit spicy. For sure. Alright. See. We liquidated the upside already. And we got a big chunk to the downside already. People don't learn, man. There's too much leverage. Look at that big fat cloud. We got 98, 410. I'm going to do a couple to the downside. 98, 410. We've got 97, 785. I think I'm going to buy and download and install Grand Theft Auto 5. 97, 428. And I think I'm going to try GTA role-playing for the first time. 100, 551. And I'm going to do one more to the upside. I guess I'll go all the way right here. 101, 711. Okay. So yeah, we're doing our thing. Market's doing its thing. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, I hear ya. I started DCAing tonight. Was going to wait for the morning, but couldn't pass up on the sale. I'm just going to stick with my Friday junk. Even if it's pumped up every time. It is what it is. What are you going to do? I feel like Tony Soprano every time I say that. What are you going to do? Let's see. What do you guys think? Do you guys think we're hitting that? The big liquidation cloud at 97.6. Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. Poll. Do you think what did I say? 97.6. Do you think we are going to hit the big liquidation at 97.6? Yes or no? Bam. Big liquidation. It's relative. Don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. No matter how few people show up, I'm still here. So make sure you show some love. So we do have, obviously, bearish crossover the moving average on the RSI. That happened. When did that happen? That was in between. So the cross occurred because of the close at 4 yesterday. 4 hours from now. So at midnight last night, this morning, whatever you want to call it, we got a bearish cross over the moving average. Why is there a liquidation there? Stop buying, you degens. Yeah, there's too many longs. There's too much leverage. Even now, it's at like record highs. Sev Vu said, "We're here with you, brother." I appreciate you, Sev. So yeah, I don't know. We got our bearish cross, struggling to get back above that moving average, continuing to the downside. It is what it is. We do technically have bullish div. The price is lower, while the RSI is higher. So we got that going for us. Last time we started tracking this, we got a little bit spicy, but we ended up exploding to the upside, which is exciting. And this also goes back to what I've iterated it, I feel like 1,000 times, so I apologize for repeating myself so often, but the upside feels like it didn't happen because it happened so fast. Look at this. Really, really quick upside, and then it takes forever to like slowly grind down. Really, really quick upside, forever to slowly grind down. Right here, same thing, over and over again. Really quick upside, forever to slowly grind down. This grind. It just feels like everything takes way too long to happen. So, I don't know. The instant gratification is not being fulfilled. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, I was thinking 94K for Bitcoin for a bottom, lower lows. If you zoom out, it's not lower lows. The weekly looks beautiful. And if we are going to repeat this move, which we've fractaled, we are unfortunately going to go to around 92 to 93K. Maybe even lower. We could go down to 90. You know, we've been through worse. We've been through worse pullbacks. Now, the big question is this going to flub the 50-week moving average? Because that's important. And it also depends on what 50-week you look at. Because we looked at simple moving average and exponential. And they're pretty spicy. Right now, we're sitting below the simple, I think. So, it's possible that we have a little bit of a struggle here. Yeah. We have not had so since we crossed bullish, we've gone into bull market territory. We cannot close on Sunday below this. Tom Soxco said, good for the weekly. Break of the 50 week is not good. I'm going with 100, 800. All right, let's look at the exponential moving average. So simple, again, we already know it's that 103 or whatever. Exponential. 50 EMA. Oh, get out of here. I just got rid of the one. Talking about. What? What did I get rid of? Did I get rid of the volume? Son of a bitch. That one? Okay, good. All right, 50 EMA. The exponential moving average. Yeah, 50 EMA is right around 101. So we'll keep an eye on it. Degenator said, damn, this cycle has been so gay. I feel it too, man. I feel it. I agree. I couldn't agree more, honestly. I'm still, again, I feel like a broken record, but I am holding out hope for that 2026 setup. And I don't know, you got to kind of lock in. You got to pretend the money doesn't exist anymore. Just pretend it's already gone to zero. None of this is financial advice. Don't actually like lose your house or your well-being because of crypto. That's silly. But if you need help mentally locking in and ignoring the FUD and just dealing with it until you're retired early, pretend you've been liquidated. Pretend like you hate crypto, but for some reason you still watch JJ's Cryptic Corner live stream every single day. And just maybe start building a new portfolio. Maybe do that. Build a whole new portfolio. That way you can look at the new one and be like, oh, I'm only down 20% instead of 80. Because 20% is way better than 80% when it comes to negatives. dyor said Gronk is predicting 75% chance we drop to 94K today. I should cancel Thanksgiving dinner to save face. Did you tell? So I tried to get my mom to buy at 17K. She didn't buy any. So now every time I brought this up a bunch too. Every time we've crossed a big milestone, like $1,000 or $2,000 more, I just texted her until we got to 100K, and then I said Bitcoin's at 100K, and she countered by saying your Bitcoin's at 100K. It's like, shut up. That was pretty funny. Tom Scott said the cycle loves balls. I think that we just confirmed that the other day as well. That is confirmed fact. So, Bitcoin taking a little doo-doo. ETH also taking a little doo-doo. We broke below our horizontal support. We're kind of holding this 3175 level, though. I don't know how relevant that is. 3K should also be a nice psychological hold level for this. We're almost oversold on the 4-hour, which is good. And we are, again, setting up that bullish div if we get a reaction here. So keep an eye out on that. I don't know. It's just, I don't know why we dropped, but we dropped. Somebody mentioned yesterday that the government reopening was going to be a sell the news event. And I think that's exactly what happened. It's always going to short-term shake out people because everyone's paying attention. Everyone is locked in paying attention. And then all of a sudden the price drops. What are those people going to do? Probably 90% of them are going to go, oh, F this. And then they sell. And then they go complain on Twitter. And then they go complain in Discord. And then anybody that's like, well, why'd you sell? Then they like attack them because they need confirmation bias versus anyone trying to teach them reason or just like breathing techniques to like, it's okay guys, but it's also okay to get mad. You know, if you want to go punch your neighbor, go ahead. Just make sure that they can't identify you. I'm just kidding. I'm not encouraging violent crime. Okay, Solana's down 0.61 on the day. Solana, interestingly enough, right at the point where this lower trend line crossed with our former upper trend line of this gigantic trend that we've been watching for forever that we broke out of. See that? That blue line right there? Right where those lines converged, Solana broke below both and is now in our little range. And I think we've gone into this range and hit the lower trend line probably 3 or 4 times already since inception. So I'm going to pull this out, extend it. I think it goes right there. Are we, that I just cracked my jaw. Did you hear it? That kind of hurt. And it made me say, are weird. Are we going to, is Solana going to come down another 33% and hit $100? I don't know. Tom Selleck said, we dropped because didn't get unemployment numbers. Fed says not sure about December cut. And Trump diddles. I'm not reading that one out loud. Dang. I thought we knew all of that already, though. Since when is that news? Gourmet Brands are booking said, I might do a turkey-shaped pizza. Oh, dude, I don't even want to talk about Thanksgiving right now because I'm hungry. I am so hungry. And I had a big, fat bowl of cereal when I got home. I'm about to make some hot dogs or something. Some of the Johnsonville cheddar, better with cheddar brats. John Gregory said 88K bottom. You think so? I'll put that on the chart if you're going to stand by it. We already got some random dudes. Junk. 88. Let me see. John Gregory. Guess. For BTC bottom. I like the 88K. I do. And it's only because I'm the Fractal Farquad. And the Fractal seems to think that it's necessary for us to break 90 right here, see that right there, boop, that little break is 88.8, and 8's my favorite number, so I'm just saying. Obviously I'm not a financial advisor though, so make sure you guys check out the description. There's links in there for leverage trading. If you do decide to leverage trade, treat it like gambling. It does benefit the channel if you sign up using that and you just deposit and trade, and at no cost to you as well. It's like I get a percentage of what the exchange would normally make. But again, be careful. It is to be treated as gambling, 1000%. John Gregory said, I may not know why I'm talking about. Same. Okay. Total 3. Total 3. Oof. That is a head and shoulders right there. Look at that. How did we not see that yesterday? Did that just form today? Nope, this is the 4-hour time frame. There's no way we wouldn't have been able to see that. Dang. What has happened? Pickerick9 said, JJ, we all going to regret not selling? Am I bear or bull today, LOL? I mean, it's up to you. I'm at a point now where I would regret buying, or where I would regret selling versus the other way around, versus holding. And I've explained this. I explained it yesterday. Here's my scenario. I sell right now. Let's say I have, just for shits and giggles, let's say my portfolio is 10 grand and I sell. What am I going to spend the 10? What do I need 10 grand for? What am I going to do with it? Hold it in cash and it loses value. And then let's say we do enter a bear market. I sell at 10K. I go, I screw around. I have 10 grand. I spend it on whatever. Let's say I buy a car. I go on vacation, whatever. 2026 rolls around and suddenly we're in a proper bull market. And I look and we're way past my selling point. So I can, like, what am I going to do? Rebuild a position? That sounds like a nightmare. That sounds more stressful than me just holding onto my bags and waiting. And even if we are entering a bear market, we know the timeline for the bear market from the top to the bottom is 1 year, which is 12 months. It's been a month already. You only got to do this 11 more times, and that sucks. But I think alts would be way worse off right now than they are right now if we were truly entering a bear market. You do not enter a bear market. You do not top without euphoria. It has been nothing but fear. And that's because everyone and their brother, instead of dollar cost averaging and building a bag like a responsible human being, is, for some reason, dollar cost averaging into leverage positions. And then they get liquidated. They freak out. And then they get wrecked. John 3:16 said, JJ, please, is it over? I don't think so. But you should not base your opinion on just one person. If you are going to utilize people's opinions, I would get a basket. Get a basket of opinions. And then be like, who do I agree with? Who do I disagree with? And whose opinion do I value more? And then come up with the conclusion yourself. But you can make an educated guess based on the things that other people say. That's also fair. John 3:16 said, I almost cashed out. See, I like what Grok says, because I've consulted. I've been probably overutilizing Grok for everything, which is literally a meme. But he's a good talker. She's a good talker. I'm convinced Grok wants to be a woman, but she's a good talker, not in like a sexual way. I'm not trying to like rizz up Grok. I just realized how weird that sounded. Grok is not. It has no gender. Grok literally will tell me every time I'm like, well, the market sucks right now. What should I do? Should I check this out? What's going on? What do you think is going to happen? I'll run all of these retail questions by Grok, and it gives me really good answers. One of my favorite things, it says every single time, almost every single time, like so consistent, is if you are feeling really shaken up by the market, if you're losing sleep, then you might benefit from a little bit de-risking. And I hate saying that because that's the most not crypto thing to say. And it's actually counterintuitive because I don't want my bags to drop. So I should be telling you not to sell. But if it makes you more like mentally able to function throughout the day, then de-risk a little bit. Sometimes I've de-risked out of certain positions, certain portfolios, certain things. If I'm really like bothered by the price action, or I'm super impatient, or I think it's going nowhere, I'll take like 1 to 5% out. And then I'm good for like months. I can completely ignore that bag because I feel like I got something out of it. Even if it's a fraction of what I put in. I'll go spend it on like the electric bill for the month, or like I'll take the family out to dinner, or we'll go to the movies or something. Because if I didn't do that, then that money wouldn't have been doing any, like, I wouldn't have gotten anything out of that money. It would have just been sitting there, either gaining or losing or whatever value. But instead, I turned it into something. John said, nah, I ain't selling it. Well, I will soldier it out. I respect that. But I also respect people knowing when to quit. And to quit, I mean, to de-risk a little bit. If you sell your entire portfolio and tell me I'm stupid, then I'm going to make fun of you. Okay, let's see. So total 3. We've really been playing around this 925 level, which is my bounce target from October for infinite upside super cycle moon phase crystal charging chakra aura. I would like to point out, when is the next new moon? The next new moon occurs on November 20th. The new moon is supposed to be the bullish one, leading into it, or whatever. So that's the remainder of this week and most of next week up to Thursday. After that, then for the next 2 weeks we got full moon. So if we're gonna dick around with the moon phase idea, we should end up bullish. So I don't know. It's fun to take into consideration for science. Pickle9 said, I'm not selling. I'm up so much, basically can't lose unless it all goes to zero. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. My biggest analogy is upside is infinite. Downside, it stops at 0. So the downside risk has a limit. The upside risk has no limit. In my opinion, in my brain, and just the way that Bitcoin's performed over the last 10, 15 years. If you would have bought Bitcoin 10, 15 years ago, you would be a billionaire. So why wouldn't you just wait 10 to 15 years? You know what I mean? And even if it doesn't occur to that extent, you could still become a millionaire. Buster said, smash the like button and subscribe and super chat. Super chat, JJ. That's what Buster said. He definitely didn't bring up a scam. He's definitely not a bot either. Buster, send more of your bot friends so I get more views. Okay, so I asked you guys, we've got 8 votes actually. I asked you guys, do you think we're going to hit the big liquidation at 97.6K? 75% of you said yes. I'm gonna let that brew for a little bit. So total 3, we're below 925. We closed above it, which is good. Are we going to recouple to the fractal, or are we going to test 900? That's a good question. That's a great question. It's turning red right now. Everything seems very indecisive at the moment. You guys got anything specific you want to look at? Let me know. ADA broke back into its, whatever this is, falling channel. It's channel of like hate and misery. Red dot, confirmed red dot on market cipher, right at the Pico top right here. That's actually very, very bad. When's the last time that happened? Back here? Uh-oh. Right here and right here. That's a top. I mean, that was kind of a top, but it climbed out of that. See, the data is so mixed. It's so hard to trust anything on this stupid indicator. But we're sitting at 52.78 right now. If we lose 50, it's probably getting a little spicy. Getting a little too spicy for my taste. Joshua said, did you subscribe and smash the like button? Thank you, Joshua. What a guy. Pickrick9 said, can I get a Pepe pump? Yes, you absolutely can, my friend. Let's go take a look at Pepe. Pepe for a while was single-handedly propping up the entire meme coin portfolio. Interesting. Why do I feel like I just looked at a chart like this on Twitter? Let's extend this out just for the meme. You get like 1 touch, 2 touch, a break, a little shakeout, and a continuation. Are you going to do that same exact thing right here? Is that what's happening right there? Just this part specifically is what it reminded me of. Very similar break and shake. I'm making stuff up. I'm so sorry. We are at 539. I would want to get back above 590, obviously. Your midpoint is going to be 520. So can you hold above that? You are almost oversold. This Pepe also has the red dot, the same red dot that ADA had right here on Market Cipher. Yeah, you're about to enter oversold on the 4-hour on your RSI. Rejecting the moving average. See, you got a green dot back here, though. Market Cipher's just as confused as we are. Green dot, red dot. Wouldn't those cancel each other out? Watch the price. Watch everything just trade sideways for the next month. Chop, 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 chop. Santa rally. Everyone's going to sell during the Santa rally. And then January 1st, we're going to go bam. Moon explosion. Everyone's going to retire early, except for the Weenie Hut Juniors that sold and didn't listen to that farmer from 1848. Oh man, good times, good times. So yeah, that's Pepe. Look for 520 reaction. If you don't get a reaction there and it just keeps plummeting, 457 should be. I mean, it should attempt to find support at 457. Volume's pretty bad. Snack is down 0.68. Again, we are below 20, which is sad. I keep missing these buys at 16. I gotta just set up a big fat buy order there. My snack figure is on its way. I'm very excited for that. Don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. I will say, as far as numbers go, we are struggling deeply. Like, our views have dropped. And I enjoy, actually, the metric of that for measuring retail. Yesterday's stream got 37 views, which is really, really bad. Normally, like 1 or 2 months ago, we were regularly ending the stream with like over 100 views, sometimes over 200. And we very, very quickly, very sharply dropped to like 50 to 60. And if I get over 60, it was like a really good day now to get over 60. Yesterday, or the day before yesterday, we got 95. That was a good one. We went for over an hour and a half, so that might have been a factor, but it's just an interesting metric. I read a post from, I think her name's Altcoin Linda or something like that, how even up till 2023, every single crypto, like huge crypto YouTube channel was getting like 20, 30K views per video. And now they're like barely getting like a couple thousand, like 2, 3, 4,000. Like they can't even reach 10K. And I'm like, damn. John Gregory said, I'll hit the like for you. I appreciate that, John. Thank you. What's going on, Cody? How you been, my friend? Happy Thursday. I want it to be Friday. My brain wants it to be Friday. I am excited for Friday, though. We're getting payday. I went to that job that's like an hour and a half away. And do you guys remember me complaining about driving in Georgia? Because they like made their roads all like scenic. The roads go like, woo! In Michigan, at least I thought until today, most of our roads are grids. It is like a solid grid system. You can get to where you're going by traveling up and down or left and right. It's really simple. Today, I went like southwest from where I live. Apparently, if you're not going from like Detroit to somewhere, or like Flint to somewhere, if you're going in between those two, like the roads just turn into scenic Georgia roads, which is really cute and fun if you're like on a road trip with your friends. But if you are driving to a job site, it is so annoying. It drives me crazy. Every single road, you're like, woo! It's like a roller coaster. I'm like, why does it have to be this way? Makes me insane. But I don't know. Cody said, "Good enough. I could complain, but I won't bore you. I mean, feel free to complain. This is a vent positive space. Just have fun." Said, "Yo, what's going on? Just have fun." Again, don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. XRP ETF started live trading today, which is very exciting. Cody said, "Ooh, I got an ad. Nice. Let me know if there's too many, Cody. Like, sound off at the next ad as well." I always tell people, and they're like, "No, it's fine." So, legit, let me know if it's too much, because I can change the frequency. So, XRP's ETF started trading today, and I want to say it helped the price, but it's really hard to tell. Maybe it did. It kind of did. Everything else is kind of like down here. down here. XRP's slightly propped up. It's like barely down compared to its recent low. I don't know. Let's see if there's a lot of green lines here. It's kind of a mess. Let's see if we end up coming down to that 210 target again. If we do get bearish, something tells me it's not going to last long. Because I feel like every time this has happened so frequently, and it's the same story every single time, we almost immediately break out of it. Whenever people start to, I don't know, am I going to say the words lose faith? Whenever people start to freak out, that's usually when we flip. And we did. I'm very pleased to point this out again. The crypto fear and greed has finally entered extreme fear. We did not look at this yesterday. Yesterday it was 15. Today it's 16. We went up 1 point. I believe the low over the past 12 months is 10. And that was February 27th of this year. Cody said, I like getting ads on smaller creators. I like, if it's too much, I would just skip it, lol. Well, let me know when you get the next one anyways, because, again, I can change the frequency. I know YouTube got a little out of control. I'm probably one of the cheapest people I know, as far as, like, being frugal. And political season came around. The election was happening. And we started getting ads, political ads for everyone under the sun. People for like different states that we couldn't even vote on. It was like, this person did this. And then the other, like that person would have a camp. They're like, I'm not a bad person. And it was nonstop, dude. It was so many political ads. And I was like, I don't want to watch any of this crap. So I got the trial for YouTube Premium. And I've been paying for it ever since, dude. It's so nice. That is the, like, I would cancel everything else and just pay for YouTube Premium, and I would be happy. Pick a Rick 9 said extreme fear. That makes me excited. I know where my paycheck is going. There you go. Culvers. You guys even have Culvers by you? I don't know if that's I don't know if it's a regional thing. We're at 15, 16. I want to go down to 10. I do. What's crazy is when this happened, let's actually look this up because I want to know what happened between February 24th and February 27th. Because this, like, that's a sharp decline right there. That is such a sharp decline. This has been the most gradual drop. It's actually crazy. Tom Scout said YouTube Premium is the best of all investments. I agree. Drummer said, don't forget to like and subscribe, everyone. And then he went, and he winked, and he, like, put his thumbs up. You guys can't see that part, though. Let's see. Let's go look up. I want to see February 24th. To 27th. I'm assuming it's Bitcoin specific. February 24th to the 27th. I'm going to go to the daily. November, December, January. Right here. February. Right here. Oh, it's probably this. 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th. So this is your extreme fear right here. All these red candles. Funny, man. That is funny. We rejected 100K. John Gregory said we have Culvers. Nice. Okay. I actually legit I've never had Culvers. My fiance's had it. She said it's really good. That was actually the day that we bought Jimmy John's. Just have fun said Brave, no ads, no money. Yeah, but YouTube is like starting to integrate where they're forcing people to shut off their ad blockers and stuff. Brave might have found a way around it, which is awesome, but it was a pain in the butt for a little while. We got Jimmy John's and Jersey Mike's that one day. And Jimmy John's won. I'm going to do another one. I want to get Jimmy John's, Jersey Mike's, and Firehouse and compare all three. Maybe I'll do Subway as well. I want to find all my local sub places and compare them. Just to prove to you guys that Jimmy John's is superior. So honestly, Firehouse might just win. I don't think anyone can hold a candle to Firehouse. Tom Selleck Scott said only Nvidia earnings can save us. Are they going to be high though? That is the question. It's funny to think that we were at extreme fear when we went from here to here. We're about to be at extreme fear going from here to here. And this level is literally higher than this level, than the starting point for this one, which is freaking hilarious. Look at this. Look at that. That right there. Beautiful. Perfect market psychology. Bitcoin is sitting higher. But because it dumped from 107K to 100K, everyone's about to poop their pants, sell their bags, and I don't know, start investing in Beanie Babies. John Gregory said, I don't really care for Culver's. It's okay, not my first choice. What do you got for a burger, John Gregory? You said, oh no, we're pulling a Cameron and talking about food. Unfortunately, we're not playing a Cameron because we're streaming. I hope Jordan's doing good, though, for real. I do miss the streams. Tom Soxgoat said, Trump preparing tariff exemptions to lower food prices. Taco strikes again. And hey, look, tariffs cause price to rise. I don't see it. I filled my freezer and have not gone grocery shopping in over a week. I used to have to stop every single day. Don't ask me why that has anything to do with prices. It doesn't. Maybe it does. Maybe I'm so frugal that I didn't want to fill the freezer every single day because I'm like, well, what if prices go down tomorrow? But my shit's cheap. I don't know what you're talking about. John Greger said, what's he lowering the tariffs on cake? Yeah, what food are we importing? Drummer said Labubu's. Yeah, that's what we're gonna sell everything and invest in Labubu's. Specifically the ones from Alibaba and Temu. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. All right, let's see. We went through Bitcoin. Let's go take a look at Avalanche and Chainlink. HBAR. See, HBAR had an ETF too. They're kind of getting doo-dooed on. SWE. My brain wants to open a short on SWE, and every time I think that, it rebounds like hard. So I'm not going to. Dude, look at Arrow. Arrow has been frightening. I thought about opening a long while all of this was going on. It does look like a nice chart though. Look at this. Grind up, correction, grind up, correction, and each one gets more and more steep, and then eventually it's going to be a crazy parabolic move to the upside, and because it's going to happen so fast, everyone's going to be like, "Oh my gosh, what the heck is Arrow?" It's going to get up here to like $5, and everyone's going to be in the chat like, "What's Aerodrome? Can we take a look at Aerodrome? Should I buy some Aerodrome?" No. If you think it's going to do that, buy some now. Not financial advice. John Gregory said, we got a local diner that makes a killer burger, beats Five Guys. I actually have a local diner that does that as well. I don't get a burger there, though. It's literally a burger place, and I get a Reuben, and it is the greatest Reuben I've ever had in my entire life. I've had other Reubens recently, and they weren't as good. Arrow got the red dot of death as well. We got green dot of life, red dot of death. More red dots back here. I don't know. Apparently, they're just like thrown about like they're not even a big deal. I'm kind of underwhelmed with the red dots. Maybe it's you got to look at it on the daily or something. What do we got? What else? Cass. Poor Cass, dude. I feel bad for Cass. Avalanche down 0.75. Oh my gosh. So Avalanche, it looks like broke. We rejected 1828. Tried to bounce, broke below 1756. Attempted to get back above, rejected. Midpoint bounce, rejected. And now we're testing the lower trend line right here, which is 1597. And I guess when I say trend line, I mean point of confluence based on previous price action. All of these lines have been on the chart for forever. You guys are fully aware. And they weirdly have confluence every single time. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's bots. I don't know if it's people, if it's psychology. For some reason, people buy and sell at these levels. And it's only strictly based on previous price action. What I do is I'll look at the chart and I'll be like, okay, here there's like 6 points at this same price level. And then I'll put a line there. I'm like, there's 5 here. And I just keep doing that. And those are the points of confluence. It's very similar to a fixed range volume profile. Very similar to fixed range volume profile. but it's based on previous price reactions versus volume specifically. So, Avalanche, unfortunately, if we lose this 1597 level with conviction, we're probably going down to 13, which happens to be a very, very long term, it seems. Yeah, this is a, wow. This is a bear market bottom level, legit. For Avalanche, I would say Avalanche is experiencing its own bear market right now. And that is strictly based on this 2 points of confluence trend line. But that is a big deal. This trend line goes back 5 years. 5-year trend line. We got up, didn't do much again. Lower high, lower high. Is this a giant wedge, though? That would be pretty sick. Is this a giant wedge? Yeah, it's kind of pushing it. But regardless, we're about to hit that. If we break below it, it's going to get a little spicy. Probably too spicy. But we got a green dot, too. We got a green dot on the daily. That goes back to November 6th. I don't know if that's relevant, but... Oh, Robinhood. Said smash the like button and subscribe. John Gregory said, what's the cake chart look like? Let's go take a look. Cake. Ooh, cake is actually quite stable. Dang, imagine holding this all year. That would have been sick. Everything else is freaking out. You still have like majority of your money? Okay, let's see. What do I see here? There was some kind of a trend line here. I'm going to zoom in. You got, well, let me adjust this really quick. Right there, I do kind of like that. You got candle body 1, 2, 3. Wick 4, candle body 5. Are you going to form a inverse head and shoulder? Buster said smash the like button and subscribe. Oh, I went to report it, but it's a bot, so I'm just going to remove it. John Gregory, yep, I read that already. So yeah, I don't know. This trend line might be relevant. It does seem to be possibly reacting here. Outside of that, I am getting baby inverse head and shoulder vibes. This is on the daily. Let's go down to the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, See, I mean, this right here looks identical to this for sure. Let me do that. Let me copy that fractal. Is there a bot trading this that's causing that? Joshua said smash the like button and subscribe. I guess at least the bots are going to help my views go up. Is that morbid? All right. I mean, the price action looks similar. Obviously, curved over a smaller... Yeah. Let me shrink this bad boy. Shrink, shrink, shrink. Whoa. That's actually trippy. Okay, let's shrink it a little bit more. Okay, I messed up. I shrunk it too much. Okay, so we see this looks very similar. And then I gotta scoot it a little bit, but these two humps are also uniform, part of that. So there's a deviation. Right here you've gone up, whereas in the past you went down. Interesting. What does that mean? I don't know. It's holding whatever this trend line is. I don't think the trend line is responsible for it. Whoops. For it staying up compared to down. I don't know. Volume looks decent on the 4 hour. We got a little spike right here. John Gregory said, I just wanted to see if Trump lowering the tariffs on cake would cause it to move. Did he change the tariffs on cake? Watch him. He's going to increase the tariffs on taco ingredients. That'd be pretty funny. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's weird how well this has held up compared to everything else. Chainlink, on the other hand, broke out of whatever tiny trend line that was. I'm just gonna get rid of it. There was only 2 points of confluence anyways. So we lost 1548. And it looks like we're trying to hold 1441 as support. Pickerick9 said, gotta go, JJ, later. Take it easy, Pickerick9. I appreciate you for stopping by. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way out. Happy Thursday, my friend. Fear and Greed still 16, 15, 16. Yeah, just quiet market. Very quiet. We got that little dump. Everybody pooped their pants a little bit. Now everyone's like waiting, watching and waiting. Near actually looks really good. Near recovered quite a bit and stayed recovered. Like it's come down from 3 down to 241. So I suppose it's a relatively decent sized drop, but still. Yeah, 20%. It still looks good to me. Pengu getting decimated non-stop. Silver, on the other hand, silver looks great. So I looked at this 52 target. That was our inverse head and shoulder target. I said something was going to happen. We broke above it, seemingly rejected, which I put this trend line after that rejection. This first rejection right here was what prompted me to put this trend line there. And then we broke above it, broke below, got support at this 52, which is interesting. And now we're seemingly using that to continue to the upside. I have to say, there's a lot of talks about gold and silver and them holding higher value over everything else, including fiat currency, including crypto and everything like that. And in my brain, maybe not gold, because gold is a little too expensive in my opinion. But in my brain, it makes sense. So I think I'm going to take a little chunk of my DCA money and start buying more silver with it. Actual silver, like I want to touch it with my hands. Because, I don't know, because I like to buy tops. So let's see if it actually ends up being a top. It looks great. This candle is beautiful. When's the last time we saw a chart that went up like this? We got to get what we got to get, you know what I mean? Before we go any further, I guess let's take a look at gold as well, see if gold is reacting the same way. It is. Gold is reacting the same way. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So let's see how far this thing grinds up as well. There's red dots everywhere on gold and silver, but it doesn't seem to make a difference. Number go up still happens, so I don't know. What the hell is this from? What is that? Why is it there? That's like the most random spot. Did I put that there for some reason? I don't know why that's there. That's so weird. Okay, DXY. I feel like this hasn't moved. It's at 99, 194. We'll keep an eye on it. Your momentum wave on market cipher was oversold. You got an unconfirmed green dot on the momentum wave. And your RSI is attempting to break back above the moving average. MicroStrategy or strategy continuing to the downside. I might open a short on this now. Again, I like to short bottoms. I'm really bad at shorting, so not financial advice. Don't listen to a word I say. We'll see if it continues to come down. My mentality, though, is just why would you buy this? Why wouldn't you just buy Bitcoin at this point? It seems like MicroStrategy performs very poorly compared to Bitcoin. So I would not want to own it. NASDAQ got decimated today. What the heck? S&P also got absolutely shafted. Bitcoin dominance, broke back above 60. Ben Cowan will be very excited. And Bitcoin itself, 99,207 and 8 cents. Again, guys, we got till Sunday. Sunday, we have to close above the moving averages, whether it's simple or exponential. I think exponential is at 101. Simple is at like 103 or something. Maybe it's the other way around. I don't remember. It looks like 50 SMA is at 100, 952 according to this. We'll obviously update that as we get closer to the date because it could change based on the price closes between now and then. But for now, I mean, I'm comfortable.
I don't really have any issue with the price action. It was a solid news event. The government reopened. Nobody really gives a crap. Rate cuts might not happen because we're not getting an employment data. Everyone's freaking out. We need to take a step back, breathe. All it takes is like one or two bullish things, and everything will be okay again. It's not that hard. News segment. We've got Watcher Guru posting U.S. House passes bill to end the U.S. government shutdown. President Trump signs bill officially ending the U.S. government shutdown. Very cool. UFC announces exclusive partnership with crypto prediction platform Polymarket. Cheers, guys. Happy Thursday. Dang, I let that sit for way too long. It's not even that warm anymore. Czech central bank buys $1 million worth of Bitcoin and crypto. Very cool. First spot XRP ETF begins trading in the U.S. Michael Saylor says Bitcoin will surpass gold's market cap by 2035. He said, "There's no doubt in my mind Bitcoin will be a larger asset class than gold by the year 2035. Very cool. Can we get paper Bitcoin and derivatives and like all the stuff that gold has? Can we get like Bitcoin bullion? That'd be kind of fun." $220 million worth of crypto longs liquidated in the past 60 minutes. That was 7 hours ago. Silver prices are quietly up. This is from the Kobayashi letter 23 hours ago. Silver prices are quietly up 11% over the last 5 days, even as the government shutdown is about to end. If the $2,000 stimulus checks actually happen, momentum is going to accelerate quickly. Gold and silver always know first. Interesting. President Trump has officially signed a bill ending the U.S. government shutdown. The record-setting 43-day government shutdown is over. It's official. The U.S. government borrowed $619 billion of debt during the 43-day government shutdown. That's $14.4 billion per day. While the federal government was shut down, there's only one thing that never stops in the U.S. government: deficit spending. Very cool. It does bother me that the people responsible for the shutdown still get paid during the shutdown. I don't think they should get paid. That's a good motivation for them to get this shit done. But I don't know. System's broken. This one was kind of crazy to me. Michael Burry announces that his hedge fund is shutting down. That's actually insane. The poor guy's been bearish for forever, and the market has only gone up. He's kind of a one-hit wonder, unfortunately. Michael Burry is the Tom Petty of Forex. Kobayashi letter posted. U.S. government shutdown final stats. 1. 5 million airline passengers delayed or canceled. 2. $619 billion in new federal debt. 3. Federal statistical system permanently damaged. 4. October jobs and inflation data may never be released. 5. 43 days of economic data currently delayed. And 6. 750,000 federal workers furloughed. The current funding bill only reopens the government through January 30th. Round 2 awaits. Let's freaking go. The White House announces that the October jobs report will be released without the unemployment rate. People lost jobs. They're kicking the can down the road. The November one's going to look worse, I bet. The Disney stock fell over 8% after reporting weaker than expected revenue. The stock is on track for its largest daily decline in 7 months. Very interesting. I'm kind of surprised that it's only $107. What's the market cap of that thing? NASDAQ 100 loses near 2% on the day as the U.S. government reopens. U.S. government reopening is apparently bearish, which is kind of hilarious. This one's interesting to me, and we might actually try to build something out of this for the channel. U.S. energy sector has been left in the dust. The energy sector now represents just 2.6% of the S&P 500, near an all-time low. Since the 2008 financial crisis, its weight has fallen 13 percentage points. By comparison, the energy sector made up 26% of the entire index. Back in the early 1980s, to put this into perspective, Nvidia alone reflects 8.5% of the S&P 500's value. This means Nvidia is now 3 times larger than the 22 energy stocks included in the sector combined. Will the AI revolution revive America's energy sector? Interesting. This is incredibly surprising to me. Like, I don't think it should have gone down from at least 2010. You know what I mean? that actually, maybe it didn't go down. Maybe the other ones just went up more. Does that make sense? Kind of like Bitcoin dominance. It's another one of those days. All asset classes are trading sharply lower today, and attempted intraday relief rallies are being sold into new lows, a textbook emotional correction. This has been an increasingly common occurrence in 2025, particularly amid record levels of leverage and the market's hypersensitivity to headlines. However, if you zoom out, the fundamentals thesis has not changed. Deficit spending is through the roof. AI capex is nearing 1 trillion per year, and the Fed must cut rates into 3% inflation due to a deteriorating labor market. S&P 500 S&P 500 to 7,000 is on the horizon. Very cool. Nasdaq losses accelerate to minus 2.5% on the day, now set for the biggest daily decline since October 10th. Nvidia alone has lost 220 billion in market cap today. That's crazy. Is the American dream dead? In 2010, the median age of all U.S. home buyers was 39 years old. Even that seems crazy. Today, it's 59. Wow. That's crazy. It almost doubled. It didn't almost double. It almost went up 50%. It did go up 50%. Wow. That's actually insane. JJ Math. Hard at work. U.S. rent price. This one's interesting to me. I was not expecting this. U.S. rent prices are declining at a historic pace. National apartment rents fell 0.31% month over month in October, marking the steepest October decrease in over 15 years. This also marks the third consecutive monthly decline as elevated supply continues to weigh on prices nationwide. 3 of the 5 largest monthly rent declines over the last 15 years occurred in August, September, and October this year. At the same time, annual rent growth slowed to 0.8%, down from 1.5% at the start of 2025. All U.S. regions saw rent declines last month, led by the West with a 0.53% month-over-month drop. The South followed with a 0.28%, while the Northeast and Midwest fell 0.24 and 0.18. The U.S. rental market is cooling. I love it. Robbed is back. Can I block him? Hide user on this channel. Let's do that. Cool. Now Robert is going to continually post. That's pretty funny, actually. What else can I do? That's good stuff, man. Report. Unwanted commercial content or spam. Report. Okay. What's interesting to me about this is I know it's all very, very based on location, very much so. I'm wondering if remote work has allowed people to go wherever the hell they want, and now the places with high concentration of like corporate work and stuff like that had all of these really expensive apartments where they could gouge the renter are no longer able to keep their apartments filled, because instead of spending $5,000 a month on some New York penthouse the size of like my bathroom, I can go to like the middle of Illinois and rent some middle of nowhere, cutesy little cabin for like less than $1,000 a month. I got my own property. I'm in the woods. It's quiet. I got internet access. I can go to work every single day, still make just as much money, and I have like $4,000 in my pocket because I'm not living in New York, wasting all of that money on rent for a smaller space. I'm wondering if it's literally like smoothing out, because it was like rent's really expensive here, and out in the country it's really cheap. Now it's going to be like, it's going to eventually level out to where it's all going to cost a reasonable rate. It's curious, very curious. Cointelegraph posted OKX adds DEX trading for US users. Self-custody wallets on Solana, Base, Xlayer. DEX volume hit 613 billion in October. I'm wondering how that's going to work. Like, if you're DEX trading through OKX is almost like, is it a screen? Is it a pipeline? Like, how much information are they obtaining through your DEX trading? Are they reporting it to anybody? Is it truly decentralized exchange trading? Or is it like, there's the proxy of OKX in there throws me off. And I'm a little concerned that that's going to become a norm, and it's going to be what everybody does, thinking that they're actually using a DEX when in reality they're using whatever DEX OKX wants them to use. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just weird. Circle enters FX with stablecoin FX. I'm sorry, stable FX on ARC1, 24/7 on-chain settlement for stablecoin cryptocurrency pairs. Stablecoin currency pairs, fewer intermediaries, lower counterparty risk. There's a lot of words that were there and weren't there that normally are or aren't. Crypto says decentralized, but much of it still runs on decentralized apps. Still runs decentralized apps on centralized servers, I imagine is what they tried to say. The fix is a distributed cloud for compute, storage, and bandwidth owned by many, not one. Interesting. Cloud infrastructure services market, ChatGPT launched, and it has gone up. What did it go up? Almost 200 billion? Almost 100 billion? It went up like 80 billion. Gen AI influenced growth. Interesting. Alert, crypto is in extreme fear, lowest since March. Bitcoin hangs near 100K on while gold, silver rally post shutdown. That is interesting that Bitcoin is kind of getting sold off while gold and silver rally, because everyone compares Bitcoin to gold. It's digital gold. So you'd think it would react a very similar way. Like gold from its all-time high is down 4.36%. Bitcoin from its all-time high is down 21%. You know what I mean? We got some catching up to do, for sure. We can't let Peter Schiff have this much fun for this extended period of time. That's not okay. Fed meets December 9th, 10th. A pre-Christmas trim could unlock risk appetite, including crypto, push yields lower, lift stocks/credit, and add bid to crypto. Interesting. Update: after 232 years, the U.S. just minted its last penny. It cost 3.7 times its face value to make. Inflation shows why scarce assets like Bitcoin matter. Interesting. Very, very interesting. My question is, why did they need to continue to mint it? Why can't we just have a certain amount of pennies circulating? Like, that's the one asset on the planet that I feel like could be capped, is the penny. Because how many pennies does any one person have at one time? Can't be that many. Just seems kind of silly to me. Or, I was joking in the dong space yesterday, why can't they just make paper pennies? I think that'd be hilarious. Tom Selleck's goat. What's going on here? My live chat's broken on. Oh, here we go. Okay, I fixed it. Tom Selleck's goat said remote work is dead and jobs pay you less based on where you live. So New York and Cali will pay more for same job than if you live in BFE. I mean, that's my theory. Why do you always have to contest everything that I say? Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, wow, they've been making pennies for that long? I guess so. Dream Tanks TV said, all in on pennies now. No joke. I was at Ace Hardware buying some bolts, and I had 4 singles on me. I never have cash. And the guy goes, $3.99. I was like, no way. I handed him the 4 singles. I took the penny, and I put it in my pocket. I was like, fuck yeah. It's pretty sick. I was excited about it. Okay. Whale alert. An Ethereum whale now holds 1.3 billion. Accumulation continues despite drawdowns, with ETFs and Bitmine adding to. Bullseye, a 4K push. Interesting. Accurast. It's an awful name. Accurast raised 11 million to turn smartphones into confidential compute nodes. Backers included Gavin Wood and others. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Orlando said F a penny. What's going on, Orlando? Happy Thursday, my friend. Dream Tanks, what's going on, my friend? Canary Capital's XRPC hits 58.6 million trading volume on day one. Largest day one for any 2025 ETF launch edging out B Souls. 57 million per Bloomberg. That's such a bad name, dude. B Soul? B Soul. Dude, did you get some of that B Soul? Ooh, I got me some of that B Soul. Dude, I loaded up on that B Soul. That's awful. That's such a crappy name. Come on, man. XRPC is kind of funny, but B Soul? BNY Mellon launched a money market fund for stablecoin reserves aligned with the Genius Act. Very cool. That's also a silly name, BNY Mellon, but it's not as silly as B Soul. The liquidation game goes on until no leverage longs are left. This is a post from Stock Money Lizards. Bitcoin has cleared a lot of leverage today. There is some liquidity left in the 90Ks. I expect a relief rally soon for technical reasons. We're still in the correction channel, according to him. And we did get the update from TechDev yesterday for the business cycle. We are touching the line that we touched before we rebound. So we should be getting a genuine reaction soon, regardless of whether or not that reaction is positive. That's up to the market. Alex Wasey posted the last 2 times the U.S. government shutdown ended. Bitcoin ripped 700% and 300%. Shutdown just ended today. Let's freaking go. We got 2013, explosion. 2019, little dip, explosion. 2025. At the moment, we are going through a little dip. When explosion. We've got Donald's Trades posting Bitcoin dominance final chance before altcoins 100x. It does look like a head and shoulder. It really does. Is number go down? Hopefully. We shall see. Dream Tanks TV said, you will be the news, says a new whale. Dream Tanks TV just bought 10 billion pennies. Hell yeah. Isn't there people buying nickels or something like that? I thought that was a thing. I thought Mark Cuban had a big chunk of them too. That was like a meme for a little while on X. Everyone was posting videos. They're like, I got a closet full of nickels, or it was something stupid for some reason because of like zinc or something increasing in value. Lucky Luciano BTC, that's a sick name, posted, when the index drops to 15 or lower, the following patterns are common. Market usually forms a local bottom. Bitcoin tends to bounce 7 to 35% within 2 weeks. Altcoins often outperform Bitcoin in percentage rebound. Extreme fear usually marks accumulation zones, not tops. Historically happening in next 2 weeks. November 2022, FTX crash, index 12 to 20. Bitcoin bounced 8% move. Broader altcoins also bounced 5 to 15%, mostly relief rally. Number 2, June 2022, post-Luna crash. Index 9 to 15. Bitcoin bounced plus 19% move. ETH and all majors rallied 20 to 40%. March 2020, the pandemic crash. Index fell to 10. Bitcoin bounced back 34% move. Many altcoins exploded 30 to 80%. Will history repeat itself? I think it very well could. Definitely time to pay attention, that's for damn sure. I am paying attention myself 1000%. Okay, we got 2 more. Linton Worm posted 2019 shutdown over. Altcoins explode after 2025. It's happening again. 100x pumps are coming next. Let's freaking go. And last but not least, we got the White House posting, we are so back, which is freaking hilarious. Are we back yet? All right, Bitcoin. Look at that. We're turning green. That's all it took. It took Orlando, Gourmet Brands Brooklyn, Tom Selleck Scout, Dream Tanks, everyone showing up, and the market's suddenly green. What a beautiful day. Happy Thursday, guys. Portfolio update. The 1K to 10K Grok portfolio is currently down 373, which is 37.3%. We have 0 assets in the green starting from the bottom. Fetch is down 63. Aptos is down 52. Proppy is down 47. Shib is down 40. Ondo is down 39. Render's down 38. Doge is down 33. Ada is down 32. Near is down 20. And Sol is down 14. That's crazy. Everything's getting decimated. Let's see how fast we can recover. Meme coin portfolio also pretty bad, actually. Down almost 50%. It is currently down 494. 49.4%. None of the assets are in the green. Starting from the bottom, GigaChad is down 162. Snack is down 119. Pepe is down 82. Nope, 87. Whip is down 73. Nope, 77. And Doge is down 60. I always struggle with the meme coin portfolio for some reason. Then we've got the narrative portfolio. My favorite. This portfolio is made up of one meme coin, one artificial intelligence coin, one decentralized physical infrastructure coin, one real world asset coin, and one gaming coin. And it is absolutely killing it. Currently, we are down 122, which is, what is that? 24%? Jeez, that's actually kind of bad. We do have one asset in the green. The rest are in the red. Starting from the bottom, Fetch is down 52. VeChain is down 42. Mana is down 24. Pepe is down 23. And Tau is up 16, actually. Starting from the bottom, and we still here. Somebody said that the other day. Was it you? That cracked me up, dude. And then last but not least, the perfect entry portfolio. This portfolio was made during the dips, which apparently don't matter. What is it? 698? Hold on, let me compare. Yeah. Wow. Okay, the perfect entry portfolio. We added $100 per asset, one asset per dip, and the dips were the dips that every time we went down for Bitcoin, everyone insisted that it was over, we were going to zero, bear market was starting, all that stuff. And I mean, it's not that bad, but it's almost the same as the 1K to 10K Grok portfolio, so there's something to be said about that. Timing the market versus time in the market. This portfolio is currently down $302. And none of the assets are in the green. Starting from the bottom, Avalanche is down 54. Render's down 45. Sui is down 40. Pith is down 39. Graph is down 34. Ando is down 32. Crow is down 21. Sol is down 20. ETH is down 17. And Chainlink is down 4. Interesting. Very, very interesting. And that is it, guys. What are we going to talk about? What are we doing? Give me some coins to look up or whatever. I'm going to go browse CoinMarketCap. I just kind of want to... Altcoin season index back at 30. Average crypto RSI is almost oversold, 40.57. This is kind of cool. I kind of like that. Is there a chart? I would like to see... Oh, there is a chart. Okay. 0.2% are overbought. That's crazy. Okay, Wilder World. Okay, so there's a nice little chart. There's a bunch of assets listed. Nice little asset list. Huh. Some of those coins are real old. JWise Adventures, a new coin that came out. What is? I think my chat's broken. No, you just didn't say anything. Alright, let's see. Hype is still number 11. Okay. Look at Bitcoin Cash's chart. It looks real good. It's like holding up, actually. Why is Bitcoin Cash about to enter the top 10? Chainlink, Stellar. This Unisedlio one drives me insane. What is this? And why has it been like top 20? Yeah, I can look at Edel. EDEL. Okay. I'm going to assume that this is a deck screener. You know what? I still have to figure out what the hell happened to my watch list. Zcash still looks good. Okay. Edel. Redefining how stocks work for you. Transforming stock markets into yields. Okay. That's kind of cool. This is AI, but it looks sick. Buy volume versus sell volume. Okay, so somebody's made 4K at least. Market cap 11.5 million. Fully diluted value 24.1 million. So what's going on with that unlock? Why is there some of it not circulating yet? Holders. Okay, this is some kind of contract. I'm assuming liquidity? No, that's 12 million. What? Did they burn $12 million worth? That's actually insane. Is that what that is? This is a contract address. So is this. This is the liquidity pool. Whoa. Okay. This big green candle throws me off a little bit, but the chart does look decent. We're on the 15-minute. Okay, the 4-hour. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I mean, I can't really do TA on it. I look at the technicals though. Probably a team address. I don't think it can be. This is a contract. Like, I think it's a burn. I think this is a burn wallet. They did a TGE launch. I'm not sure what that is. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said I wanted to get into some real estate stuff besides pro. I was thinking AVAX, a local town, and put all their titles through AVAX, Avo Cloud, and people can see their titles on MetaMask. That's sick. Yeah, I'm like really bullish on Avalanche, and I'm alarmed that they're not in the top 10 because of their gaming. Like Avalanche did what no other chain has done yet, in my opinion. They launched a game that was universally loved, very, very well received, in like instantly viral. People are still playing it to this day, off the grid. Super cool game, lots of fun. I played it myself, and that's all built on Avalanche. It's built on like Avalanche is like the L1 is built on Avalanche L2 called the Guns Network. And they do all kinds of other gaming stuff. They're into real estate. Avalanche, I feel like, doesn't get enough love. Should at least be like up here with Chainlink, I think. And Bitcoin Cash. I don't know why Bitcoin Cash is up here. Look at Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash are slowly creeping their way into the top 10 again. Jay Wes Venture said, meaning there will be vesting schedule, so that's why FDV and circulating market cap different. Okay, so I'm wondering then if that vesting schedule, if this contract is that. Because it's 51.92, and that math checks out with market cap and fully diluted value. So this has to be like an unlocked schedule contract or something like that. This 12.5 mil. So I would be interested in learning what that unlock schedule looks like. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said Bergen County, New Jersey. Nice. Buy Edel, launch app. Launching soon. Redefining how stocks work for you. Transforming stock markets into yield engines. Okay, what is DOS unlock schedule? What is Edel? Global lending network for tokenized stocks. The next generation security lending infrastructure, transparent, efficient, and built for scale. Edel integrates blah, X stocks, Chainlink, CowSwap, Layer 0, Base, Privy, Aerodrome, RWA Foundation, 40% cost reduction in borrow costs, 10 times increase of lending yield. That doesn't make sense. Earn from stocks, cool, cool, cool. Edel is bringing the $2.5 trillion stock lending market on chain. Global stock market cap, 60,000 stocks. Really? 2.5 trillion stock lending volume. I've never heard about stock lending. That's interesting. John Gregory said, I agree on Avalanche undervalue. I'm interested in learning more about this. Although I would like to see something actually, a product, before I put too much faith into them. Because as of right now, it's just a pretty website and a coin that launched. This isn't Pump Fun, right? No, this is an actual contract. Interesting. It's on base. I'll give him a follow. Stocks that earn rent. Working steadily for you, brought to you by a team from State Street, JP Morgan, Airbnb, and beyond. Ooh. I mean, I kind of want to buy some. I'll add it to my new watch list because my old one got decimated. It's literally gone. Gone forever. Edel Finance. I'm kind of sold on it now. You sold me. Okay, Zcash. Let's go take a look at Zcash. It's one of the few that's holding up really well. How's my stream? Am I dropping frames? I think I'm dropping frames. Jay West Venture said I only toss $500 at it. Yeah, I'll toss a little chunk. It is risky, but I mean they said all the right things, and this whole market's risky right now. Which is honestly like the risk off appetite from the rest of the world is making me more risk on, because what am I gonna lose my money? I'm already losing money. Like, I don't really give a shit anymore. I'll just throw money in it to see if I can feel something. Make sure you guys smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. Zcash does still look good. This uptrend continues. And I would actually argue if you balance it. Let me go to the daily before I say that. Yeah, this is like hardly even a parabola. Frames now dropping, but the market is dropping though. Did you mean to say frames not dropping? T and W are very far away. Yeah, you did. What the hell? How? JOS Venture said it reminds me of KTA that went to 1 billion market cap earlier this year. Interesting. Okay. What I was gonna say is this isn't even like a spicy parabola yet. It could get so much more spicy from here. JOS Venture said if I held, I would have made 100K in 2 months. JOS Venture, if you make 100K in 2 months, at any point, you should probably come here, donate $1,000 so that I have to take my hat off so everyone can see my bald head. Remember, Brandon Brookins said stock loan lending is huge, especially for overnight, so firms offset their risks so they don't get margin called. Interesting. I never knew. I got fat hands. Hold on. T and W are literally this far apart. There's no way your finger's that wide. You're just fisting the keyboard. N-O-T. Stream's out of control. Okay. Zcash. Definitely don't look at the daily RSI. That's a waste of time. What else was... I want to look at the privacy category, which CoinMarketCap, for some freaking reason, doesn't have one. Drives me insane. I have to go to CoinGecko. Joe Eventually said, yes, look at KTA and Zora, please. Will do, my friend. We will do. I clicked on the wrong button. KTA. Kita? Oh, I was actually right. 150 million market cap at the moment. And then the other one we were just looking at, what's it freaking called? Edel? 11 points. Okay, so even if it goes to 150, that's more than a 10x. Interesting. So you're telling me I should at least put $100 in. I bought KTA before it exploded, but sold way too quick. Would have turned 3K into 100K in 2 months. Yeah, I read that already. You said that. That's crazy. Dream Tank said burger patty fingers. You smoke too much weed in that old commercial where the chick's like deflated on the couch, and her friend's like, she wasn't always like this, and then she smoked weed. That's such a goofy commercial, man. All right, you said KTA and Zora. Zora, I remember. I recall the name of Zora. Yeah, this one's the social media junk one. I don't know if do I own it? I have to actually visit their website because I think I have an account there. Somebody might have bought some of my crap. I might posted something. Let's see. What if I'm just a millionaire and I don't even know it? That'd be kind of sick. Okay, cool. Wow. Your balances are now more real. Got it. What do we got? What do we got? Do I have $1 million? I don't know actually. Market cap is the total value of coin on Zora. Price times supply. It changes as people trade, making valuable visible in real time. Okay. I don't understand. Okay. Interesting. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, it's some social media thing. It's a cool concept. It is a really cool concept, but I mean, I think they just print the shit out of it. Maybe not actually. Maybe full crap. It actually is up and it's up for this whole time. Jay West Venture Dream Tank said that's how my fingers are. They just flap on the keyboard. Jay West Venture said I also fumbled Zora at the July lows. I have a nice bag of Zora now. Maybe Edel sends, then I add to my Zora bag. Nice. Yeah, I have an account there. I don't know what to do with it though. It's very confusing. Bitcoin's first L2. What is it? Stupid. This is a great ad. This is so bad. Pre-sale live. Bitcoin hyper. Wow. That is so funny. All right. Yeah, this could be better. But I do like the project. I think it's an interesting project for sure. Tokenized social post, trade, and earn. Very cool. This just happened. What? Somebody made $2 million? I don't understand. The new trending section shows what's moving on Zora right now. Interesting. Uniswap Foundation, American Blockchain. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, imagine if you could sell your posts on Twitter. So they just got a guy DJing in the office all day. It's just an interesting concept. Zora is like Instagram for crypto. Then all the posts are paired to Zora. Yeah, yep. Uniswap Dev just launched a Zora. Hayden. Okay, that's the one that went crazy then, yep. That's interesting. I do like the project, I really do. I think I'm gonna buy some of this Edel. Some of this Edel finance. Where'd my damn chart go? And bam. Yeah, I'm gonna buy some of this. Just because it's been a long time since I've bought anything outside of my regular like dollar cost average scenario. So I think it's time. It's time, guys. It is time. All right, I wanted to go to categories, privacy right there. Bam. Zcash, Litecoin. See, I genuinely remember, I don't know if anybody else remembers this. I remember when Litecoin added privacy. Like they added, because they were talking about, Litecoin was my first coin, my first crypto that I bought. And everyone was talking about it. And then it kind of died out. And I lost interest, moved on to other coins. But I still always, like, they were all in my newsfeed all the time and stuff. Litecoin added privacy features. And I don't know if it made it all private or if it made it more private, or I don't know anything about what it did. But I know that they added privacy features and it was a big deal, allegedly. I have a crazy fractal on Litecoin that shows it possibly going up to like $800. So JOS Adventure said I'm just trading on Base from now on. Base seems to be the place where things are happening. I will say. It really does. Arrow's doing really well. It's going to be interesting to see, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, but there's been talks about Base launching a token It's going to be interesting to see if anything ever flips ETH, and if it does, what's it going to be? That is probably what I'm most curious about. I don't know why. It seems like such a feat, but it definitely seems possible versus anything flipping Bitcoin. Especially after what we just saw XRP do. I don't know. I think it'd be kind of poetic if XRP flipped ETH. I think it would be hilarious. But if it doesn't, which, I don't have my hopes up for it either way, what would it be? I feel like a base token could have a ton of potential for sure. I don't think base will flip ETH because it's an ETH L2. I don't think that matters though. I really don't. All right. Edo Finance, top privacy coins like Coin Monero. What is Canton? That one's new. It's kind of doing bad though. So is Dash. Beldex, Decred. I remember Decred for some reason. Mimble, Wimblecoin, Concordium, Xano, Horizon. I remember Horizon too. Jeez, that one looks bad. Holy cow. Railgun, Oasis. I remember this one doing really good too. This one was one of the flavor of the week coins. Cody. I've been getting a lot of alerts for Cody for some reason. I don't know why they still exist. Is that rude? Is that a rude thing to say? JY's Adventure said, remember you trade with ETH on base, but it's fast and cheap like Sol. Right, but if base came out with their own token, it would be on centralized exchanges, so there's more potential for them to pump the price without having to buy ETH. Same with Solana. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, I like Coinbase. I'm not a new fan of their new app upgrade, though. Oh no, I haven't looked at it yet. Don't tell me. I hate whenever they like change a user interface that was totally fine to begin with. Sometimes I just gotta get used to it. It's literally it's a psychological thing. Like the fact that I just don't like change. Except for pennies. I love pennies. Pennies are being discriminated against. Just because they couldn't make them cheaper, it's not pennies' fault. Yeah, I don't know why Cody's been doing really good lately. I mean, really good is just a little baby spike, but still. That's quite a spike. This thing went from 35 to like 55. That's pretty sick. I'm just saying, that's like a 60% spike. Jay Adventure said, oh, so you're saying instead of using ETH to trade, it will use base to trade? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if they would do that. There's been talks of a base token, and I don't know if that means that they would kind of be their own. I don't know. I have no idea. What I meant is if they launch the base token, and then this base token is on Coinbase, and it's on KuCoin, and it's on Crypto.com, and Kraken, and Bybit, and Binance, and all of these centralized exchanges allowing people to swap Tether or Circle for base token, could it, in theory, flip Ethereum? Because Polygon could flip Ethereum. And Polygon is built on ETH. It's an ETH L2. But because it's on centralized exchanges and swappable with stablecoins, it could technically flip Ethereum. Which is kind of crazy to think about. But it's kind of like your kids making more money than you. It's the same concept. It's not impossible. It just seems weird when you think about it. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know why Cody blew up like that. Maybe it's a privacy coin. Status. Secret. Tornado Cash. Oh, shoot. Can you still buy this? Oh, Ergo? Uh-oh. Ergo got destroyed as well. What's NIM? Let's go check out Tornado Cash. Where my brand of Brooklyn said, what cold wallet you guys like? I'm going to get another one. Was thinking Arculus. I have Ledger. I don't know. I'm kind of nerdy about all that stuff. I'm a paper wallet guy. Hardware wallets freak me out. I don't really know how they work, if I'm being completely honest. J. Res Adventures tonight, I think it'll probably be an outsider L1, like Sol, Ada, XRP, or BNB. Honestly, BNB wouldn't surprise me at all. They've been doing like freakishly good, like sleeper good. Nobody even expects it. Suddenly, everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, BNB's at all-time highs," and I'm like, "What?" I literally don't know anyone that does anything on BNB. But last bull market, that's all anyone did anything on. BNB was like the godfather of meme coins. That was where meme coins started, was BNB. So it doesn't surprise me, but why have they been so under the radar since then? Why has nobody really talked about them? And maybe it's just my echo chambers are so not in the trenches that I haven't heard anything about it. That's entirely possible. But yeah, Jay Weisventure said because the more ETH used by these L2s helps ETH growth. That's what I'm explaining though. Is that with the exchanges, with centralized exchanges, you don't need them to be used. Like Polygon hardly ever gets used. But Polymarket's huge. But yeah, I see what you're saying. It's one of those things. It's possible. I'm not saying it's probable, but it's a possibility. Bitcoin 99, 827. We're going to get back above 100K. And is that going to spark a nice little rally for our bags? Let's hope so. I think that would be acceptable. That would be fun. It does look like the charts are slowly starting to flip green. Doge is already up 1%. Interesting. Silver's up 1.8. I think I gotta ape into some silver. I think I'm gonna do it. Am I FOMOing? Do you guys think I'm FOMOing if I buy some silver? I don't know. We'll see. We will see. You guys got anything crazy going on this weekend? Roommate Brandon Brooklyn said, "You saying you keep all your bags on exchange?" No. Not on exchange. Hell no. Paper wallet. Paper. Philly said, "I'm depressed." Don't be depressed, Philly. At the end of the day, you still got a bunch of great friends. We all thoroughly enjoy titties. Look at silver, man. I told my boss today, I was like, I'm thinking about taking a big fat chunk of my stock portfolio and just like porting it over to silver. Jay Weisver just said, what would be cool is Coinbase stock on chain on base, and there's a coin slash base pair. Ooh, that would actually be sick. That would be great for buying in bear market for sure. Delmer said, subscribe and smash the like button. That's what Delmer said. Let me remove that and let me hide them, I guess. Okay. All right. Let's see. Philly said, I don't want to write everything back down for 2 years. If you feel that way, then de-risk, Philly. Not financial advice, but nobody will judge you, man. You got to do what you got to do. If you truly feel like we're going into a bear market and you don't want to write everything down for the next 2 years, and that's what you think is going to happen, then de-risk a little bit or a lot bit. Not financial advice again. You got to make the decision for yourself. There's nothing wrong with de-risking, man. Nothing wrong with that. I was explaining at the beginning of the stream that there have been times in the past where I felt awful about my bags. I was pissed. I hated everything that was going on. I didn't want to look at the charts or anything like that. And I took like 1 to 2% out and going to do my own thing. I went out to the movies, went out for dinner, paid bills, whatever. And then I felt so much better. Billy said, JJ, there's no point in hiding them. They'll be back under another name. Yeah, but it is what it is. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, I think once Ukraine-Russia war is over, metals will drop. Ooh, I didn't even think about that. Jay Weisventure said, trading in a bear market is how you get rich. I agree. That's actually, I made more money than I've ever made my entire life trading during the bear market. Jay Weisventure said, if you leave and come back when we're bullish, you won't make it. That is unfortunately, I think, what's going to happen with a lot of people. I also was explaining that earlier as well. The spike up is so fast. That's why it feels so miserable when we go down, even though Bitcoin's at 100K. because we go up really, really fast and then we go down over this extended period of time. It takes forever to go down. So like this much is bull market, and then this much is like the top, and then slowly grinding all the way down to the bottom. And it's boring and it takes forever. And the bottom could be like just a support area where we bounce and go even higher, but Billy said I bought another stonk called American Semiconductor. I'm gonna have to look, dude. My portfolio got destroyed today. My stock portfolio. I was really sad about it. I gotta diversify, I think. I don't know. I don't know what I gotta do. I'm getting to that tipping point where somehow I'm not gonna be in profit soon. JY's Adventure said elevator up, staircase down is the same. That's perfect. That's brilliant, actually. And vice versa. Elevator up, staircase down. That literally couldn't be better. I am not looking forward to this job next week because I'm gonna be like an hour and a half away in a stupid hotel room. Billy said American Semiconductor has upward trend nonstop when zoomed out. I'll take a look at it. JY's Adventure said this bull run for Bitcoin was staircase up, elevator down, right? Right. Oh man. I'm holding out hope, guys. I'm holding out hope. The 2026 thing, this bad boy. And then this right here, we have not seen any rotations as far as I'm concerned. Money flow has been nothing but Bitcoin. We got a little bit of Ethereum, but it didn't really happen. There was no Ethereum outperforming Bitcoin and people talking about the flippening. I'm looking for 2026, guys. I am. I really am. I've been talking about it since the beginning of the year. 2026. Not financial advice. If you don't want to ride your bags down and you want to blame me if we do, then do what you got to do. Billy said Gronk explained why 2021 was better, the stimulus payments. Gronk is basing all that information just based on what everybody else says, though. JY's Adventure said ETH sucked this bull run. Everything sucked this bull run. Everything. I think Solana had a new all-time high. Did ETH hit a new all-time high? I don't think it did. Did it? No? Oh, maybe it did. Yeah, I think it did. I think it like wicked. I think it wicked into a new all-time high. Barely touched all-time high. Dang, what a piece of poop. But we had quantitative tightening the cycle, no quantitative easing. It barely did. Yeah, that's crazy. I think, I don't know. I don't know what to think. I do think if we are genuinely going into a bear market, I think alts are done for forever. I think that's it. All right. All right, guys. I think I'm going to call it. Pretty chill night tonight. I appreciate you guys for sticking around, hanging out. Smash the like button, as always. If Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way out. Happy Thursday, and good night.